Hello, good morning, y'all. I thought I would go live real quick and talk about something real quick that I think is freaking hilarious. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I wanted to come and talk about how, in spite of the recent stupid and primitive patriarchal attack um, that I just recently went through, I still feel the same way about Kamala Harris, and I'm still voting for Trump. Before I get into my reasoning for that, I wanted to talk about society, not society. It's not society, it's certain people, um, and their obsession with marital status versus real love and happy relationships. Um, And so everybody is trying to sell this ideal about Kamala Harris that she is the best thing because she is a woman, and we need to get behind this because she's a woman, and especially she's an ethnic woman. And um, I personally feel like it's a trick, just like the trick that was laid down before me by a male, a patriarchal male who I personally would not want to be in a relationship with like that. Maybe I'd have sex with him, but as far as being in a committed relationship with this person, no, I would not. Um, so just recently, I kind of suffered a stupid patriarchal attack. I've been dealing with it for almost a decade. People trying to take from me or block me or judge me based upon my marital status, based upon the fact that I'm single. And I've been dealing with that for years. I've been dealing with it for years, and it's complete bull hockey. It is. And just recently, the same thing happened. This stupid patriarchy, to where a man that is obviously in the wrong, and I guess I'm supposed to fall for it, right? A man that's obviously in the wrong as hell, fake fraud, you know what I'm saying? Just doing fake shit. I ain't gonna talk about him too bad, but just doing some fake, putting on a show type of thing. And I'm supposed to be sitting up here looking like the single mom and the desperate whore and da 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 da. That shit's getting so old, and it never works. It doesn't. It doesn't work for them. Honestly, it doesn't. In fact, I think that it's just really all about people trying to distract, trying to be an embarrassment, jealous, jealous. Need I remind y'all that Queen, who was that? Was that Elizabeth? Queen, it was one of them queens that ruled for 40 years, and she was single with no children. So, and especially being that these people are trying to tell me that I don't deserve my own blood-born birthright, which is, first of all, my journey. Uh, my journey. I don't have to be married right now. I don't have to ever get married. I can stay single the rest of my life if I want and still run my business and be successful. In fact, that's something that I don't necessarily think about, because when it comes to love, um, I want love. I want a real man. I don't want some showcase relationship that's just to say that I'm with somebody. I never agreed with that. This is one of the reasons why my spirits are going to get me away. Like very soon, I'm going to be away from this crap to the point where I'm just like off somewhere. Children are going to be there, obviously, my children. And I'm just going to be by the lake and I'm going to be away from society because, I think it's disgusting. And I had already gotten discriminated. People are disgusting. Let me just say that first of all. And I'm gonna get back into Kamala Harris. People are absolutely disgusting people. Scum. Because do y'all realize that part of the reason why I um and do I feel like I went through anything? uh it was kind of inconvenient having to do some of the things that I did just recently, but that was the whole point of how I got into that situation was via discrimination. Being discriminated against by the landlord. And then to have to deal with people. I'm tired. First of all, before I get into Kamala Harris, I'm at the end of my rope with the constant stalking and hawking. I really, really am. And I'm tired of people playing this sick game with me. Listen, I am on this website. I've never come to this website to meet a man. I can meet a man outside of this website. I can meet a man outside of the internet. I don't need to come to YouTube to meet a man, right? To meet the love of my life. What was I supposed to find that on YouTube? When I put up this channel initially, this channel was for its purpose. I have a business that I claim every year on my taxes. And no, I'm not going to show a troll my taxes. No, what the hell would I do that for? Anyway, um, and it's been this stupid game and this stupid judgment. Like it's been an obvious, just dumb. When what does that have to do with me doing spiritual work for people? It doesn't have anything to do with what I do. It has nothing to do with what I do. And it's so stupid because I believe that black people especially cherry pick. They cherry pick who they're going to show respect to. And I've been through that before, based upon the color of my skin, based upon the fact that I'm 5'4". Keep in mind that I've only been 5'4" tall for possibly like maybe the past decade. There was a time when I was 5'2". There was a time when I was 5'3". I'm at an age where I'm done growing. I'm not going to get taller than 5'4". So it's a disrespect, and it's pretty disgusting because why are people and then not only that, it's been a lot of spiritual abuse because people want to prove that a single woman can't run a business. I'm trying to figure out that these people crawl out of 1863. Who are these people and where are they getting these very primitive values from? I'm totally disgusted. It doesn't matter. My spirits are always going to let me know, even if it's a secret trick being laid down. One of the things that I noticed that my ex does to me is, and I no longer, I'm unbaptized at this point. I no longer have any belief that the Bible or its curses or its patriarchy or its spirits have any power over me. Okay. So I literally, like, people don't realize, and I'm not just sitting here staring at a TV looking at videos. I'm over here not only doing work for other people but doing work for myself. So, my ex, and he knows that I care about him. I wish that he would cut the shit. But happiness is not a virtue in this life for him. So I'll see him next lifetime. But he often does these excommunication prayers and all that stuff. He's Jehovah's Witness. Um, and, it's kind of like, don't try to force your religion on people, right? Stop doing that. Like, he knows that he, of course, we've talked. He's fucking up. Not even gonna lie to you, and God don't like what he's doing. I can tell you that straight up and down. Uh, the gods don't like what he's doing. They don't, because he's literally like so outside of nature. It is ridiculous. It really is. But we're not talking about him. Um, However, I still feel the same way about Kamala Harris that I felt previously. My opinion of her hasn't changed. My refusal to vote for her has nothing to do with gender or race. It has everything to do with, number one, and then it has nothing to do with her history as a district attorney either. Because I don't know all of the details of that stuff, so I'm not going to make comment of that. My assertion was that she's been with the Biden administration, and they've already screwed up the economy. So why would I go and vote for a person from the same camp? I mean, are we not entitled to our freedom of speech? And I don't even want to talk about what I felt on the 8th during Lionsgate. It was disgusting. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris, and I'm not going to vote for her just because she's a woman. I don't need to have a female president to feel empowered as a woman. And I think that social media, and I think that some of the things that people do in social media, they try to manipulate. And this is what I don't like. Because to be honest with you, I don't have to vote at all. I was saying my opinion, and and it doesn't make any sense. So just recently it was a complete meltdown of mass proportion of this whole patriarchy thing, trying to make me feel as though I need a man to make it in the world. And I don't agree with that. And I've lived it. Now, what I need a man to do is to do his damn job. I need a man to be on point and up to par. I needed a man when I was dealing with that landlord with that management company, and that house was not owned by a private person. That house was owned by a corporation. I needed for them to fix the problems that I needed to have fixed. That's what I needed a man to do. Otherwise, listen, if I have to be single, I'm good with that. I'm not gonna go and rush and find the nearest man nearby so that I can prove something. I don't like people, most people, because most people would do that. And you would think that people would appreciate and understand the fact that I'm a realist, I'm a real person. I'm not going to use somebody just so that, hey, I want to use this person. Hey, let's be a couple. I want to use you. No, if I'm going to be a couple with somebody, if I ever announce that I'm with a man on this website or in social media or in my personal life, you better believe that it's real. It's real love. And yes, I do know what real love is. Okay. Um, I love and care about my ex. It disappoints me that he feels the need to come to social media and be fake. And I'll say that to his face. He has a hard time understanding when I'm honest. I can't help it if I'm brutally honest. I'm a Cancer. I can't help that. And it seems like the past few years, he's become so. I don't even know him anymore. Just on a side note, just like that little underbelly emotional thing. It's just kind of like, do I even know you? Like, who are you anyway? Like, where's the real person? Because you're not the real person. Because you're acting like you can't understand. You're acting like a trained and programmed robot, and I'm not liking this. If I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, it's because I really love them. And it sucked. And he sucked because the moment that he realized, well, wow, this woman really can make it without me, he started drama. Which, first of all, we've never been married. I don't have children with you. I don't, I'm a widow. The last relationship that I was in was with Franklin. Doesn't matter. People can call him names. That's the last relationship that I was in. Jacob's father was more of a donor and a friend. I was with Frank. He's deceased. So, and you know what? I refuse to allow somebody to use me and exploit me. My ex could have left it alone. Instead, he comes back to social media pulling this stunt, and I'm like, this is the reason why you get put in the booty call zone. And what's wrong with that? Like, and then all of a sudden I gotta be a slut. I just it's very, very ick. Me being single or married has absolutely nothing to do with my capability of doing spiritual work for people. I have been saying this for years. And at first, the shaming was all about, well, you don't have a husband to help you. Well, why would I need a husband to help me? What is he going to help me with you? Because you're stalking and harassing me. It went from that to, you're a slut. I hate you. I hope you die. I hate your kids. Just the most disgusting, vile hatred. And I'm like, why do I have to be bothered with any of this crap? Why? I don't want to be bothered with any of this crud. What does it have to do with anything? It doesn't have anything to do with anything. So it just, I'm done with it. It's game over. Game over. Because I think that when people realize, if you look back on my channel, you're going to see the success of this channel. People realize, wow, even though we are attacking her and trying to shame her for being a single mom, even though we're doing these things, even though we have a smear campaign posted against her, which is totally not true, even though we're attacking her, she's growing and we're not going anywhere and we're upset. Now, keep in mind, a lot of these people, the very same people that attack me, will come on here and clout chase on people like, and I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering names. Um, Shanquilla Robinson. Hey, Stevan. Shanquilla Robinson. Or is it Rob? Yeah. And all of these women who have literally been murdered. It's an epidemic of women in social media with businesses that are being murdered out of jealousy. Literally murdered. Now, am I concerned about that? No. You'll probably meet the devil. You try to murder me, you gonna see the devil for you see me. But it's just the point. So, and it just I'm disgusted by people's behavior. And this is an intelligent conversation that I'm having, and I cannot stand when certain unintelligent people try to respond to me. We all know that they will try to respond to me with an unintelligent response with a bunch of lies and bullcrap. I'm having an intelligent conversation right now. And I've been saying this for years, and I felt the need to say it now. People trying to be disruptive, and then that's when the smear campaigns start. These smear campaigns that they have been doing against me have been going on for so long that nobody even cares, and everybody knows that it's a damn lie. And I'm trying to figure out, what are these people gonna do? I've said it so many times. So, regardless, I don't flip flop. I'm a very solid person. That's the whole thing about me. If I ever do get married, my husband gonna love me because I'm very stable and loyal. I am very loyal. And I'm not gonna get married to a man that I have to curse out, that I have to defend myself to. I'm never going to be married to a man that makes a bunch of accusations and acts a fool and is insecure. I'm never going to be married to a man like that, ever. I wouldn't marry a man like that. I wouldn't be with a man like that, period. So, and my ex knows what it is. He knows what it is. He does. He knows exactly what it is. I'm not doing that because, hey, Stefan, my cousin asked me, do you got a girlfriend? I tell no, I enjoy being single. She trying to get somebody off of Facebook. I'm not doing that because our murdered mom told don't date nobody off of Facebook. Oh man, your mom got murdered. I am so sorry to hear that, Stefan. Right. Exact. And Stefan, that's another thing. This is some special shit because I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Why is it these same people doing this over and over again? Y'all, do y'all realize that me and my and this dude, my ex, do y'all realize that we originally broke up in 2019? Do y'all realize that they have literally done about 600 breakup campaigns between me and him that were not even real? They weren't even real. I'm like, well, we've been broke up since, like I realized what this was about and what he was about in 2019. These people have literally, and he's been involved with it. He's been a player in that game for the past 4 years, over 600 breakups. I'm like, but why are we breaking up again? How many times are we going to break up? Because it just is the fakest thing ever. And I'm supposed to be stressed out, hurt, upset about it. Okay. I thought you said, okay, I must have, you wrote because our murdered mom. Okay. You said, no, mom told me not to date off of it. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't date nobody on Facebook either. My angel baby, I met my angel baby's father off of Facebook. Yeah, no. No, 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 no. Technically, you're supposed to. I'm gonna tell you the number one way people meet. They either meet in high school or you meet people through your family, through your social activities. People are so messed up socially these days that that's very difficult. So I would say if you're going to do any kind of dating site, man, I would say get a reputable one and one that costs money. Maybe, I don't know. That's, just maybe do a reading. on that person. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like it's I don't know. For me, I feel like as long as I'm happy and people are not attacking me every goddamn day and stalking me, I'm fine with being single. This group of people had a problem with me being single. And I'm like, what the crazy part about it is that this group of people have done nothing but blatantly out in the open violated me and my children, exploited me and my children, um, have done some of the most horrific things, sexually harassed me, and will literally try to turn around on me and make it seem like I'm the bad person. And then me sitting up here being an intelligent person, I understand that that's not the social standard. The things that they do is not the social standard. They're not high ranking social status. They're not. I outrank them in social status. People that know me know that I have good sense. They look at me and they know I have good sense. They look at them and they like, ew, what's going on there? Unless you're ignorant. I know they need to mind their business. You're right, Stefan. So, I I hate patriarchy. I hate that. It's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. I don't even live in that reality. Like I said, you can be on the same website, you can be next door to somebody, you can be standing next to somebody and be living in a totally different reality than they live in. Because, I've actually heard men say this, and I've actually had clients tell me that, like, some of the men that they work with will say stupid stuff to them, like women shouldn't work, women are taking jobs from men, women shouldn't work. Excuse me, how in the fuck are women supposed to support themselves then? So this is the utter stupidity. This is how it's degenerated completely. Patriarchy. Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It really is. And it just, it's the energy of it is very primitive. But I don't know, like, I'm no longer a believer. This is something that I just, spirit has been working on me with that, to where, I don't, I tried to be respectful. I tried to be nice. At this point, I'm just labeling myself, and I am constantly in the spirit of being a non believer of the Bible. I'm done. Because I felt that spirit. I, I, okay, here's the thing. What you're dealing with, as far as with the Bible, is spirits, okay? That's what you're dealing with, essentially. Spirits. Those are spirits that Jamila will be putting on complete ignore and being completely aloof. So at this point, I just don't believe in it at all. I don't. And then I've been doing work to protect myself because, that Bible has always been very harmful to women and children, and we all know it. And we let and so and I'm in very good company. When I say these things and when I talk about these things, I don't feel lonely while doing it. I know exactly what I'm talking about, exactly what I'm saying. I never have to agree with the people that believe in something different. For what? But it was that same old, same old. You know what I mean? And it was just disgusting. I wouldn't even want to be with a patriarchal man. No. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I will take money from a man. Yeah, if he gives me his money, I'm going to take it. Yeah. So what? And there were people that was trying to play me though. That was basically trying to make it seem like I'm not strong enough or I'm not smart enough because I took money from my ex. Like, well, technically he owes me money. He owes me more than what, and more than that. He owes me so much more. I'm not going to get into that. That's personal. Tired of, and here's another thing. Who sits up there and just discusses that they're, I'm not even really discussing that, but I just wanted to say that it was noted dully that, okay, here's this stupid ass game again. I mean, who are you trying to convince, me or other people? Like, you're not convincing any other people either. Nobody's convinced of that. Like, it just looks very contrived and stupid. I don't let it stress me out. That's the one thing about me. I do not let it stress me out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't let it stress me out. All of this crazy stuff that they do, I just really honestly don't. But I just think that it's disgusting. And like I said, everybody lives in their own reality. However, you want to live in your reality, live in it. You can't go and tell lies on me, though. That's bullcrap. But, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of felt that spirit and it sucked. And it was a spirit that I quickly got away from me during Lionsgate. And my spirits are tired of these people. My spirits are tired of people speaking about me. It's obviously very abnormal. I mean, most people, I'd say probably 99% of people that look at that situation is like, yeah, those people are nuts. Nobody's looking at them like, yeah, they're some stand-up people and they make sense, because they don't. Especially if you know the entire background of the story. And being single doesn't make me less or more likable. Whether or not, like, what difference does that make? I didn't even have those issues. I didn't have, and I don't have people judging me now for being single. It's just this one group of people who, they're literally running around here trying to find more people to judge me because I'm single, and it's so stupid. Like, I've never experienced that. Just like I said, I've never experienced CPS campaigns. And my son will tell you that didn't start until he was 16 years of age. I ain't never been through none of that crap. I ain't never had anybody calling CPS on me every day and making up lies about me. I ain't never been through stuff like that. I ain't never been through people judging me because of my marital status. What the hell is that? And I think that they believe that when they do that, they're being conservative. And I do believe that is the MO when it comes to blacks who think that they're being conservative too. When in reality, they're just being perverted. And then on top of it, saying some of the most vile things on top of it. It's totally ridiculous. When I go to a business, do I feel more secure because the people that run the business are married? Nope. That's a total fallacy. I have never ever in my life went to a business and said, "Hey, in order for me to come to your business, can I ask you a question?" "Yeah, are you married?" They'd be like, "What? Like, are you dumb?" That's a dumb person that would do that. Or if I were to go to a doctor or to pick out an attorney or a therapist or a personal trainer or a wedding cake a planner, a wedding planner, or a party planner, am I going to go around saying, "Hey, I just have a question. I want to know if you're married or not"? It'd be like, "Why?" "Well, because I think that that's going to determine whether or not you're capable of doing the job." See how stupid that sounds? So this is the reason why those people have to make up stuff about me, and they have to talk crazy. And I'm sorry, a black man that represents me and my mental status and my social status and my mental capacity and my intelligence is not a man that's spitting and frothing at the mouth and drinking and talking crazy and screaming and talking about bitch hole and skank skeezer. That's not my standard of a man that can judge. First of all, no man can judge me, right? Like, I guess people want to think in their delusion that the rules are different for them. Really, technically, nobody can judge us. And see, this is one of the reasons why I have an issue with religion. It's fake and it's man made. Whenever man does something, they try to make it seem like it's an act of God. That's not an act of God. That's an act of man. There is a difference. It's a lot of the circumstances that happen to people is not an act of God. An act of God is the love and the support that I've been receiving. I don't have that relationship with God. I don't have a God that punishes me every 5 minutes for what none of us will ever damn know. And I've been working on healing, big time, because it is religious abuse, but it's religious abuse hidden behind ignorance. If you listen very closely, it is religious abuse that has been happening to me. Religious abuse on the internet from trolls who are some of the most diabolical people, and they have the nerve to be judging witches. No, that's that's what I felt. I felt the spirit of hypocrisy, and I cannot stand. Oh God, that spirit of hypocrisy makes me nauseous. I mean, think about it. There are times, like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sitting up here. I just cleaned up my little place that I got over here. I'm not gonna do a tour. I think the trolls are fishing right now. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna show this place, but I just cleaned it up. Did laundry earlier. Have been up and down a flight of stairs, one flight of stairs, at least 7 times yesterday. I went up and down a flight of stairs 7 times. When I go out in nature and do my work. Um, What do I need a man to help me walk down the steps? What do I need a man to, go over there and get that essential oil for me? Or can you go over there and get that for me? Can you? No, I can get up and stand up, and I'm very vital. I don't understand it. What is he going to do? And if I am going to be in a relationship with somebody, it has to be somebody that is trained for which, somebody that's not going to be overcome by spirits, somebody that is not going to be sensitive to spirits, somebody that is not going to be sensitive to other people's manipulations. If I'm going to be married to anybody, it would have to be somebody that is of the same spiritual belief system as me. There's no way ever that I could be married to someone that considers themselves to be Christian, especially if they are devout Christian or Jehovah's Witness and they have a problem with witches. Why would I send myself through that kind of hell and torture? I do have a choice in the matter. So it just, and I think that they play the game out of boredom. You know what I'm saying? But I'm tired of my name coming into it. I'm not even saying use somebody else's name. I'm saying go find something else better to do. And I think that they're trying to mimic something that I talked about from when I was like 15 or 16 years old, when I was in a relationship with Tyrese's father. Because when we met, I was 16 and he was 15 when we met. We didn't actually have Tyrese. I didn't get pregnant with Tyrese until I was 23. But we met when we were kids. And my whole family made a big deal about it. It was just like a big hoopla for some reason. And it's funny how these people in social media are trying to mimic some of the things that I've spoken about from my childhood. It's very bizarre. You can, and I'm very resentful because, and that's why I suspect that family has something to do with it. I think that they're mad about me discussing it personally. Well, not personally, but to be honest with you, I think that that's why it's so bad, is because I think that there's people in my family that are upset about it because, but I think it's ridiculous. I think people need to grow up. I think people need to be more mature. And I have the right to come to my social media and speak about whatever it is that I want to speak about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have that right. Like, why do I feel like my rights are being violated? And see, I don't like that. Why is it? And it just, and it's not me, it's them. It's them. So it's totally ridiculous. And this stupid game needs to stop. Hey, truly yours, whatever. It needs to stop. It does. I don't let it get to me. I don't let it bother me at all. Though I don't. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I'm sitting up here looking at these people like they're insane. That's what else can I do? I mean, literally, the most disgraceful behavior that I've ever seen from the Black community that just very disgraceful. And they all know damn well that they wouldn't want their stuff all out. But, some of them are on OnlyFans, some of them are sex workers, you know, that's involved. I never gave my consent. for any of that. And that's, to me, kind of what makes it a criminal offense, is the fact that, I think that they should make it a criminal offense if you have a sexual relationship with a man and he comes back, he goes around telling people about it. That should not be legal. That should be illegal for a man to do that. And I believe that it is. I think it's a violation of privacy. If you have a fling or an affair or something, you should not be out in the, like not just not, I mean, you definitely shouldn't be discussing all your personal sexual business in social media, but you shouldn't be able to go around saying, yeah, man, she did this to me and did that, and we did that. I don't even do that as a grown person. If I am enjoying the company of a man, I'm not going to go and tell other women that I like him and that he's good to me, because those other women are probably going to try to take my place and take him from me anyway and cause a bunch of problems. And so I don't understand why anybody would do that. You said it's not criminal. Okay. You say you're not interested in any either candidate. Yeah, well, and that's, you're right. I don't get emotional like that about politics, but my whole consensus on the whole Kamala Harris thing is that I don't think that she is the best thing for the economy. That's why I said it. And I know I'm right about that. And then plus, Donald Trump has already said that he's going to help minorities. He's already said that, which I think we do need help. It's not just because of racism or white supremacy. It's because of, look at our own community. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, truly yours, whatever. If she's elected, I'm not gonna flip out and go, oh my God. I don't know if y'all ever saw American Horror Story election. I could barely watch it because the lady was just like freaking out because the wrong person that she didn't want to get elected got elected. If she does get elected, I hope that she can fix the economy real fast. Because as a small business owner, if the economy is bad, yeah, you know, yeah, yeah, you're right about that. Truly yours, whatever. You're right. You're right. But this country is set up with that. And so I'm normally definitely not into politics at all. Um, but it just, you can tell that the economy has been really bad the past 4 years. Anytime you have attorneys trying to steal the little bit of money that your mother left to you, that's sick. That's sick. You know, my mom says she will turn it to Snow White when Kamala gets out of office. Oh my goodness. I'm not vibing with that whole Biden and Kamala Harris thing. I'm not. Okay. And I'm not gonna vote for her just because she's a woman. I think that's the biggest mistake ever for us to do as a country, is to, and so far the only thing, and to be fair, I haven't listened to any presidential debates. It's just because I don't have time. But the only thing I've heard from her is her restoring abortion rights. That's it. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's important, but there's, you know, truly yours, whatever. Don't say that to they. Oh goodness, don't say that directly to them. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God. It just, but I know for a fact that the reason why that attorney literally was like putting in motions to the court to, get $2,000 or $3,000 for attorney fees, even though he's not my attorney. Yeah, no, buddy. I know that it's because of the economy. And that attorney is like, well, Sherilyn Briscoe, she's going to pay for me to go on vacation, or she's going to pay my car note for a little while. And it's like, wow, what about my family? What about my car note? So they're willing to steal money from a mother and a grandmother because of the economy. And so it's very, bleh, you know, I know. Yeah, I am. Oh, truly yours, whatever. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. And the ones that I'm dealing with, trust me, I'm working on them because I'm like, you need to lose your right to practice the law because of what you're doing. Sadly, they get privileged. They get privileges. Because they have that license. You know what I'm saying? Because they have that license, and if you look at the if you look at the reports about a lot of these attorneys, um, they're constantly being arrested or going to jail from either stealing from their clients or stealing from other people. Now that's what I will tell you, and because it just it's so horrible. And then it's the mere fact that my mother passed away, like that's disgusting. Like, you're disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. But anyway, you guys, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm tired of talking. I done ran my mouth enough. I'll see y'all later. To hell with patriarchy. When I came on here and said that I'm single, happy, and that I can support myself, it was kind of like I was being shunned a little bit. And that's why I don't like them Jehovah's Witnesses, because they love to shun people. I hate that shit. And I'm tired of it. Like, go away. Why are you in my face any damn way? What do you want? That's literally how I feel. That's how I feel. And what's wrong with being if you're a woman and single, you're supposed to be unhappy? Thank you, Stefan Harris. I appreciate the fact that you appreciate my content. So a woman is supposed to just be unhappy because she's single? And he had even said itself, well, she's paying her own stuff. And then he switched up and was just like, oh, I am the man. It's like, we all have our different definitions of how a man is. I'm not into narcissistic abuse. I'm not into the financial abuse. I'm not into the spiritual abuse. I'm not into any of that. And will literally try to play victim about the situation. That's why when it comes to witches, when we're treated with that type of malevolent treatment, we will start with the threats. I'm gonna curse you. I'm gonna da 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 da. Because you're spiritually abusing us by doing that. That's disgusting. And there are patriarchal women out there too. Conveniently, when it comes to me, they're patriarchal. Let somebody be trying to steal they shine. They gonna have a problem with that, because that's why they lie. That's why they do smear campaigns, because they want to steal my followers. They want to steal my viewers. They're trying to steal clients, which is a big mistake. Nah, that's a big mistake. That you should never look at the spiritual at you should never look at spiritual work the same way you're going to look at flipping burgers and making apple pies. It's not the same damn thing. It's not. Because if you're not in alignment with that client, that can create disaster and backfiring. Okay. So, but, you know, they don't, nobody has to listen to me. That's just like I said, that I don't think that you should mix witchcraft with religion. A lot of people don't like when I say that. Oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my opinion, and the only time I do mix it together is when I'm reversing it off of a client. Okay. Now, I don't have a personal opinion that religious curses can affect me anymore, but they can affect clients, and it's very deeply embedded, that programming. It's programming. And so, oh, I can be honest and transparent about it. During Lionsgate, that's literally like some things that I was working on, shadow work. I had to do shadow work because religion has always been very traumatic for me. And I think that it started as a child, as a small child. Being told that you're going to go to hell. That's something you shouldn't say to a child. I'm not saying that any adult said that to me, um, but I did have an experience with a Jehovah's Witness babysitter that basically took the opportunity to abuse me because I made a jack-o'-lantern for Halloween at school. And to this day, I still get nauseous because of it. So I'm healing myself too. I'm a fast healer. I had some really, really, really deep stuff that I was healing from the past 3 days, 2 to 3 days. And so, anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Bye bye.